What's up guys, it's that Panic. I'm here again with another video, and today we're going to be talking a bit about these suggestions, okay? And I know this is kind of a random video, but right now I am working on my editing for the islands that we currently just went through. I do have like a lot of already edited videos, right? And I sometimes contemplate if that's something you guys want me spamming out, right? Because the thing is, I try to be very, I wouldn't say like pace myself, but I try to not upload too many PvP videos. I feel like it's just like annoying for some people, but at the same time, it is just my channel, so I don't know, man. But I try not to like post like a million of them, right? I try to post some info videos that you guys request and stuff, and I do have like a notepad for like some of those that I need to get around to. But I also have like PvP videos, and I usually upload like the G1s and stuff. So I will be trying to upload all that and work on all that. You know what I mean? I do have like all my unuploaded ones in my memberships tab for any of like people already like as my member. So if you guys like that, whatever. Either way, I wanted to do this as kind of a filler, and we could just talk about a lot of the suggestions. I will say they have talked in mod chat, and they've actually passed some of the suggestions on. So don't think that the suggestions or the suggestion area means nothing. The thing is, it only matters to the extent of like I think either you have to have like a lot of upvotes, the mods have to like really agree with you, or not mod, sorry, the admin. And even then, if the admin passes it on to like a developer or someone more up the ladder, even then, like it's still up to the developer for the final decision at being like, oh, is this something we want to implement? You know what I mean? But it does still matter. I think it still matters. We'll just talk about some of the stuff, and I'll end it at some point whenever I feel like the video is long enough and I've like talked too much. But yeah. So, can you please enable the selling or trading the unused hero fragments that are useless once the hero is awakened? Thanks. Also, there's a lot of items in the shop that are really... Bruh, there's already something for this now, okay? No, there is an event that comes around once a month, I think. It's right before Island, right before Archipelago. I don't even know like if I'm pronouncing that, I'll scoff. But it's right before that where you can actually exchange those for things and items. So you already have that. I don't want to be that kind of guy who just downvotes it to be like a prick, but it's already there, okay? Hello, suggest the following things: add XP cards to zombies, because currently we don't know how much they give. Okay, I'm not reading this. This thing actually kind of confused me. I'm sorry. Like, this is add XP cards. Oh, I get what they're saying. He's saying like so you can like use your XP anywhere. I don't really care for that. Like, I mean, I think they used to have this and they actually removed it, so you're probably not going to see this actually added. But I think they used to have that like when the game was much earlier out. Please decrease little whatever. Wait, decrease little bit zoom in PC version. Maybe they don't want to zoom as fast. I don't know. Ban reported players faster. Okay, guys, you're not gonna get anybody banned by reporting them in chat. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you actually want to report somebody for something, I recommend you screenshotting it, right? Actually screenshot what happened or like what the player said, and then send a ticket with that, because I'm telling you guys that report button does not work. Huh. A trade system to exchange items between any accounts. I actually disagree with this. I feel like this will be abused by like whales and stuff. Like, I know some people want items. Like, I'm not like fond of the idea of any random Joe being able to be exchanged like $1 million of speed ups or something, right? Especially like what if you just give my enemies speed ups because you don't like me, right? Like, isn't that kind of like a stupid thing to do? Or you just kind of do that kind of stuff, or you just give it to your friends and you make more whales. I mean, I guess that sounds nice in theory, but I don't know, man. I think there's like a aspect about the grinding that's nice. You guys can disagree or agree with me. I didn't really like that. Like, I've seen something, and I know they did this in Lords Mobile, where you could actually use your gems to buy items for players. And what they would usually do with this was, people would send resources, right? And these would be like resource traders. They would send you resources, and then you'd buy them speed ups or something with your gems, or whatever the case. And to actually be able to obtain this trading system, you'd have to actually have bought a $100 pack already, you know what I mean, to be able to actually exchange like this. So not every average Joe account could do this either, right? Like, you couldn't just make a new account and have it exchange you free speed ups because you wanted that. You'd actually have to spend that $100 pack, or buy that $100 pack. Bring back Island Raid. This is like a popular and unpopular opinion. Honestly, I feel where people are coming from. I've felt this sentiment, right? And I like it's hard for me because, for example, in my last island and the island before that, I've had to deal with being on a legion of, I wouldn't call them like specifically farmers, but I would call them farmers in a sense, right? Like a lot of these are like a lot. I would say they're alternate accounts, right? Like they're alternate accounts, they're alternate alliances. I remember we had like ANCB, ANCC. I think we had like another alliance from Region 10. And I'm not sure if they're all like all alliances, but these are kind of like sub alliances to a main group. You know what I mean? And that's usually like kind of signs that that group isn't going to be as fighter like, or they have like a lot of alts, and those alts usually are like participating in island. We also had the same case with like Region 17. I think we had like SF17 and like another alliance from there. And honestly, I had a fun time, but I also had a bad time because it was so aggravating being in these islands without anybody to send rallies, right? Like no double rallies. You weren't able to fill our, nobody was there to really fill towers. Nobody was there to fill rallies besides your actual alliance. And it feels like you're fighting alliances with actual players, which really sucks. And there's also other like aspects of island that suck. Like I get maybe it's because of the new like migration system, but why restrict sending resources on island? Like this is one of the worst updates I've ever seen, man. That like update is so retarded. I've never hated it. Like I don't. That's one of the worst updates I've ever seen, man. Like I can't even like comment on that. It's so stupid. There's also a lot of other aspects like legions or factions, and you might have your own opinions about this, but like there are some aspects there that like are unreliable or are just uncertain. And me personally, like it kind of comes down to the point where, for example, let's say you're Boone, all right? Like let's say you spend your whole Doomsday period or Doomsday time building up your alliance, right? You're building up this really good group, you're building up this really coordinated group, and your group is really strong. They can fight or they can compete well in brackets that you're on a strength scale with. They're really organized. But you can only do, you don't want to be reliant on these other groups. You don't want to have to rely on other towers to, build other alliances to build towers. You don't want to rely on them to actually have to fill rallies. Or you don't want to rely on them to have to run rallies as well, because it's like in this new island format, you have to rely on these other groups. And I understand though, like there's a lot of people who don't like their own region, right? But if you were gonna do this, at least make it to where it's region based, right? It's region versus region, because at least in that case, you can, I would say you can format your region in a way that you want, right? Like you can kick out all the useless people, you can keep all the useful people, you can kick out all the farmers, you can keep all the fighters, etc. At least that way you can manage what you want your region to look like. But in this case, you can't manage how other alliances are going to behave. You can't manage how they come into island. You can't manage the grudges they might have with you. You can't manage all this type of stuff. And it's like there's so much reliance on other alliances. It becomes very annoying, and it feels like a second job at some point. You know what I mean? And I understand where a lot of people are coming from when they hate island. I just like I personally have a lot of disdain for the current version. Like I get the vision, I get it, I love it, but I think there's so much that could be fixed. I'm not gonna upvote or downvote this just because I'm kind of in the mix there. Like I don't want Island Raid to come back. I just want them to adjust the current island. I want them to maybe get rid of all this like merging. Maybe just get rid of legions, get rid of factions. Honestly, get rid of that. Please get rid of AR. The event is awful. Legions are horrible failures. I mean, he's not really wrong. There's a lot of like failures that come with it. I will say there's a lot of good, obviously, that comes with it, and I see where like a lot of people might come from. For example, if you don't have a T6 player in your team, you might get crushed in matchmaking a lot, and that's something that really sucks for your team, But in a lot of cases, it's also like, I don't know, man. Like, there's just so many. There's a lot of upsides, but I feel like there's more downsides, and I feel like that's usually the case with their updates because the devs just hate us sometimes. Okay, the idea is good, but in practice it is bad. Alliances are forced together with people who they do not get along with, and no one and will not work together. It doesn't work. I'm only gonna upvote this because like I don't even think they need to get rid of it. I think they just need to like get rid of legions and stuff. Like I think the map is good. I think like I've already made suggestions on like what they could change about this and stuff. I'm not gonna kind of ramble into that. But like I do agree, like forcing alliances to work together is just really troublesome and complicated and can be more harm than good, or it can just be more trouble than good. Like And like I said, imagine building up your alliance and making them into like really good fighters, and then the only reason you lose is because you have to rely on other alliances who aren't reliable, which is an absolutely retarded thing to have to do. Um, the zombies that appear should be bigger. Okay, I get what they're talking about. I think it's like the things that spawn in the middle. Um, I don't really understand the question there. I'm not gonna lie. I may be just being dumb right now, but I don't really understand what he's saying. Like, oh, I get what he's saying, but I think the point of the zombies being so close together is because they're supposed to jump you and make it really hard. You know what I mean? Not to make it easy to where all the zombies are like spread out. You know what I mean? So I doubt they're really gonna listen to this suggestion. Also, the zombies are freaking crazy. Like killing these things are insane. I don't know how smaller players have a chance at killing them. Like there's no way these groups are gonna be able to kill these zombies, man. I do not see them like realistically killing them. Since the inability to transfer resources was left to the last minute, compensate players with relocators. I freaking agree, man. Give me my relocators back. I had to leave island, come back to island, leave island, come back to island to freaking get resources, and it's like one of the most brain dead experiences ever. Like imagine I have battle fury and I'm in the middle of fighting. I can't leave for resources. I have to go through all my tokens. Or imagine I'm garrison captain on a tower and I can't leave island because I'm needed and I'm relied on to hold a tower down. You know what I mean? And there's so many situations that could be a reason that I won't leave island to get these resources. And it's like, what the heck? And then also you're relying on other players to spend their relocators to send you resources if they're not farm accounts. And it's just like so stupid. I hate that. I wish they allowed you to leave freaking island chat. Like that's one of the most toxic things I've ever seen, man. Like leaving world. I agree. Spanish channel. I mean, I guess they're just a Spanish speaker or something. I don't know. Players the ability to reset equipment. Are you talking about equipment on your profile? If you're talking about equipment on your heroes, you can actually reset armaments. I don't know if you know that. When they get to 1 star, you can reset them. Add more goals / missions to complete during the first day, couple days of island, or open gates earlier. No one is fighting over Treasure City. Sorry. Alliances between legions are made well before the. Yeah, this is one reason I hate the faction thing. It's just because like you're already knowing who you're allying with, and it's like why go into another zone if I'm not trying to faction with that zone, like with the people going into that zone. You guys get my point, right? Like you're already going to go to the other zone because you want to be in a faction, you know what's coming in game. I just find this to be a really stupid feature, like and it's kind of boring. Like why go into an event like this? Like you go into a big PvP event, it's like if we went into Dark Seal, right? And they say, okay, well, you can come into Dark Seal, but you can't burn bases for the first day and a half. Why the heck am I here then, right? Like, you want to go into these events bloodthirsty, like mongrels, you know what I mean? And that's not what ends up happening. I mean, whatever. I'm not gonna read that out. That's like a miniature suggestion. They just want like, I guess it's while they're editing their base, like making a design. I guess it's like for little people who are just like kind of creative, you know what I mean? Stop allowing groups of whales to migrate and take over an entire region before new players get the chance to even sneeze. I mean, I think like this suggestion has been like probably posted a million times, you know what I mean? I mean, I get this, but then again, isn't that kind of unfair? Like, imagine you were able, or imagine you're able to farm all day, every day. What makes you any different from a whale at that point? You know what I mean? Like if you're able to just farm zombies forever, you know, and it's like at the end of the day, it is a game. Like, and I might be a little bit too critical on this or something, but at the end of the day, it is a game. Like, I don't think like you should. I don't know, man. Like, I don't think you should have like unlimited stamina to farm zombies all day, right? As I think it also kind of is a situation of if you have, for example, 1 million stamina every day, what's going to stop people from feeling inclined to farm zombies? Because they're going to say, oh, well, everybody else is farming zombies, everybody else is grinding speed ups, and everybody else is getting all these resources from zombies and all this other type of stuff. So if I'm not doing the same thing, then I'm getting left behind. It's kind of like that situation of I don't know if I don't I don't think I can like word it right, but it's kind of like even like the it's kind of like how people feel so inclined to get on the game if like a research or their training stops or something, or their training finishes or their research finishes, because you don't want to waste any time, you know what I mean? And that's gonna make it. I feel like if they do that, that's all. Like it's a kind of a double-edged sword to me, right? Like I don't hate the idea of faster stamina. It doesn't kill me. I don't even use all my stamina personally, so maybe I'm just being like overcritical. But I think like there's a lot of downsides that actually come with that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. That's kind of how I feel. Like I think like it's gonna also kind of make a lot of people feel inclined to spend more time in the game than not. I add a time delay when someone leaves gathering nodes. That way people won't be able to. I don't think this is necessary, right? Like I mean, I get some people hate node jumpers and stuff, and I mean I do it myself. So you know I am a hypocrite, or not a hypocrite. What is it called? Like I'm biased, right? I'm definitely biased, and like I mean I guess I am a hypocrite because I do hate when people do it to me, right? But I do it all the time to them, so I am a hypocrite actually. But like I have fun doing this. I think it's still fine for people to do it. Like I think it's just taking advantage of like what's given to them, like the circumstances. I don't really think it's necessary to remove that. I don't see any problem with that. You know, being able to see all Legion event. Give us march speed ups, marching for 20 minutes. Nope. I do not want that added to this game, man. I do not want to see this turn into one of those games where you can just super speed up to a base and just burn it down, you know what I mean? And nobody can like teleport or anything. I mean, I get what he's trying to say, like so you can be marched across the map to like reinforce a tower or something. But dude, I don't know if I feel like you shouldn't be marching 20 minutes constantly though, right? Like you shouldn't have a reason to march 20 minutes across the map repeatedly, unless it's like island or something, right? Or it's a dark seal maybe. But I don't think there's many situations like that. I mean, an island, this is why I save up a ton of ports, or I save up a ton of gems, and I don't use them like crazy, right? Like I'm not gonna port on every troop I see, but I will try to use them whenever I need them. This is just like something about swapping English channels. This dude's just asking for a troop skin, man. Don't give the devs any ideas, Kev. Like, come on, bro. Wait, what? Wait, can we have a toggle button to turn on and off the delayed deployed? Oh, I get what they're saying. So when you send marches out, it delays it, right? Like it sends it out like one by one by one. I think everybody would obviously turn on like it not being delayed, and I get why the devs actually rolled this out. Like I know a lot of people like are hating it, but and I feel like it's kind of the thing of if you give somebody like chocolate, they're not gonna want broccoli or something like that, right? But the thing is, I get why they do this, because the thing is, you don't want people just jumping out right away, like all 5 marches on you and stuff, like constantly, and just being able to like kind of abuse this. I mean, I myself didn't have any problems with it, but I do see how it could be harmful, and I do see how it could be like really abused and like annoying for people. But at the end of the day, it is a word game at the same time. Like I think any strategies kind of fly. And if you're walking through someone's territory or something, like you should have the ability to get totally jumped and like mauled. You know what I mean? So I mean, like I actually kind of feel this. Actually, I'm not even gonna vote on that. Like I feel where they're coming from, but at the same time, I see where the developers are coming from to like not make it to where you can just like jump all your marches out constantly. I mean, I have a lot of heroes that I wish I could reinvest my fragments on, but like I try to sympathize so much with like developers and stuff in games, because I know that they can't just make it to where you can just get all your fragments back and reinvest it, because then they're going to lose out on a bunch of money, and the game's not going to profit off of that. So I doubt something like this would even like come to fruition, and that's why I can kind of like understand where the developers are coming from by not adding features like these. But at the same time, I wouldn't like hate it. Like obviously it's a net positive, right? It's a net positive for a player like me. Like I would love to be able to invest all my relics into a hero that I'm using right now, but I do understand why they wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? An upgrade to Anapy. Most alliances knockout 10 easy now. I would not say most alliances knock out 10 easy now. I get like a lot of alliances knock it out, but most alliances, I feel like that's kind of a stretch. I mean, I guess even in new regions, you have like a lot of really developed groups because of just how many people migrate in. But I don't know, man. I feel like the majority of alliances don't just knock it out, right? This is a suggestion channel, right? Or, oh, never mind. He's asking. Okay, so in supply recall, for some reason it doesn't let you use your actual stars. I don't understand why that is. That looked like a question to me. I was super confused right there for a second. Just attacking zombies. Hope you can place it. I mean, I wouldn't hate this. I think he's saying like so it could like auto attack all your like stuff. You know what I mean? Instead of you having to manually go from zombie to zombie. I mean, it would be pretty nice to be able to just zoom through all these things. Remove all inactive or dead shelters from the region is bloating everything. Yeah, I do agree. I mean, no reason having a bunch of like level 2 bases around the map. Peace treaties between alliances. I mean, that'd be a cool feature. I think that'd be a cool feature. I don't know why I got 2 downvotes right there. I don't think this feature is actually bad. I think that's a pretty cool feature. If you have like agreements with an alliance, you could ally with them, and even if you are able to attack them or something, at least before attacking, it would be like, oh, you're allies with this alliance. Are you sure you don't want to? Are you sure you want to attack or something? That would be pretty cool. Crossplay options, so alliances are not able to just couple people with a lot of what? Crossplay option, so alliances are not able to just couple people with a lot of accounts. If there is crossplay, combine resources and delete all the accounts except for the highest might account. It could force people to rely on others more. No. I mean, I am definitely biased. I have a lot of accounts. I don't get what he's saying. Like maybe he's talking about like joining other alliances. I don't understand that. I don't understand the suggestion. Maybe I'm just like maybe I'm just brain dead. I don't know. You can unlink and unbind an account. You just have to send a ticket, but it's a very lengthy process. So you have to send a ticket, and like I said, it's very lengthy. I think you need like receipts and stuff as well, because they don't want you like just unbinding an account that's not yours or an account you just got access to. Because imagine you let your friend into your account and you just unbind or unlink all their stuff and you just take over. You know what I mean? I think that might be something that they're worried about, as well as people like who maybe share their accounts. I don't think people would like feel comfortable doing that. I mean, I get a lot of people like it being easy, but I'm surprised there's so many freaking upvotes for this one, and no downvotes there. Make restriction length in old regions longer, so whales no longer region hopping just to join TC in older regions. I mean, I don't mind the restriction in older regions, right? Although I think they should just restrict how much you're able to like hop in general. Like I don't think the restrictions the issue, like on like how long before you can participate in events. I think it's to the point where I don't know. It's so weird. Like they need to restrict how often you're able to hop. Like maybe make it once a month, maybe make it every 2 months or something. Just I think that's the restriction they really need. Instead, damage done stat instead of kills. Stat in Water War, like Antipede kills. Kills only represent who dealt the last blow. Wait. I get what they're saying. Oh, I get what they're saying. Okay, I thought like I thought they were saying like kills in your profile. I was so confused. I was like, what the heck? But they're just talking about Water War and stuff. Yeah. So I guess if you got like the last hit on somebody or something, you would get the kill, and it would like basically make you perform better in Water War or something. kind of unfair. Yeah, I agree. I'll probably end it off there. This is like 24 minutes. I mean, it's just me rambling about random stuff. I do hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I kind of entertained you guys. I do appreciate you guys as always for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed me just looking at some random suggestions and talking about it. But yeah, you guys have a great day or night though, and I will see you guys in the next video. And that is it. Peace out.